Hello guys, and welcome to the next episode of our Feed the Beast Let's Play series. So, this episode, speaking of this episode, I want to go into what I did between this episode and last one. So, I've added these Carpenter's pressure plates, which are pretty cool, but there's one thing I wanted to show you, which I kind of can't really anymore, because I've done it and I can't really do it again, which was some research. I discovered the research, but the recording kind of derped, so I couldn't really show you that. So, what I want to talk about is these mixed crystal clusters. Apparently they're meant to just randomly give you some aspects, which to be honest I've not really seen them do that, to be honest. So, I've definitely seen them do it, but I don't think mixed crystal clusters actually work. So, I think what I'm going to do is actually make them slightly differently. So I think if I just instead of making them all into one cluster, if I did something like this, I think this might work. Because the setup I had, I don't know if that was a very good setup. So I'll just do something like this. There we go. So hopefully I should just randomly be getting aspects. Like I know I've run out of air, which is a little bit of an issue, but also armour is something I want to get into. Now I have, off camera, made some Man of Steel ingots, because what I'm going to make this episode is some Man of Steel armour. So I'm going to make a chest plate. Now, it's not the best armour, it's just some, sort of very basic, low tier armour that'll give me some protection from damage, but it's obviously isn't the best option out there. But it looks pretty cool when it's on your character. I need to take these steel ones off though. Yeah, if you ask me, that looks pretty cool. So, what I want to do is actually get some goggles of the revealing, which is what I actually learnt. Now, even when you've learnt it, NEI still doesn't tell you the recipe. It's like doesn't say. Now I believe it's in Artifice, and here it is. So we need 2 Thor meters, which isn't. In fact, what are Thor meters? They're just 2 shards, 2 gold, and some glass. So we need a couple of bits of glass. Do I have any of that? I don't know if we actually have any glass. I don't think we even have any sand. So I think, guys, I'm going to get some sand, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and let's go ahead and make these Thor meters. So we need some gold, and we also need some shards. I believe shards are in here. Now, what do we have lots of? We have lots of air shards, so I will use those. And I was trying to do the shift the recipe in here, but I forgot you can't do that because the recipe doesn't show up in NEI. Is that not? I thought that was the recipe for. Oh, have I got these guys the wrong way around or something? Yeah, I did, because I'm a derp. So now, so we need those. We need some leather and some gold. So gold and some leather. Do we not have any leather? I'm sure we did. Here we go. Here's some leather. Let's see, so what was it? It was leather there, gold there, and Thor meters there. There we go, insufficient V. So let's look, we need 5 of each type of aspects. We need like 3, but you'll notice though, because we have such a terrible one, that it's 5.5, because so there's 110 average V cost. So for what it would usually cost us, it's actually gone up, which is pretty bad if you ask me. So I'm now going to show you guys a new mechanic of Thorncraft that we haven't looked at before. So what I need to do is just go ahead and look for an ore node, and I'll go and look for one of those guys, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so when you're darting around the world and you find these ore nodes, you can hold right click on this, as you can see, we've actually found an aspect. We've found some aspects in this just by scanning it. What we can do is we can hold right click with our wand, and what it will do is it will actually charge our wand using the aspects inside it. And I can see it will actually drain them. But this node I'm not really going to use, so there you go. I've completely drained it of its water and air, and I now need to go on the hunt for another ore node. So, I want to point out that you also will find ore nodes in the totems that are, I believe there's one over here. Is there a totem over here? In this sort of eerie biome, which is where they spawn. So there's a totem in there, which I can see we can scan the ore node in there, and it's a sinister ore node, and we can actually drain it of its perdito. Let's see. Oh, so this looks like we've just got a furious zombie. I believe these guys spawn when you start like tampering with these totems. So as you can see stuff spawning off of it. But I believe that's because we've actually begun to drain the node. So I've drained that node dry, and all I need now is some fire and some auto, I believe, and we should then be ready to go for making these goggles of the revealing. So guys, I will be right back. Okay guys, we are back. So I've just slept through the night. I've been around, charged my wand up a little bit. So I'm going to throw this guy in here, and ta-da! We now have the goggles of the revealing. How cool is that? So these guys are really, really cool. So these are basically your thorn meter, because you can't really see nodes without like any kind of tools, and these guys allow you to actually see ore nodes and stuff. Basically like you would with a thorn meter. But what we can actually do is something really cool with this Man of Steel helmet. So I can get these, combine them, I believe. Is that not the recipe? Because I'm sure you could like do that, and then, you know, I think it's actually because our Man of Steel helmet has actually taken durability damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another Man of Steel helmet. To be honest, it is a little bit of a waste, to be honest, since I've just made one. Now let's make it again. But, you know, it's relatively cheap, so it shouldn't be too bad. You know, I might as well just trash that. Nothing I can really do with it. So let's just go to our mana pool. There we go. We've now got 5 Man of Steel ingots. I'll just turn my sound down a little bit. And now, let's go over to here and make our Man of Steel helmet. And then, is this going to work now? Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, it looks kind of like weird, like I've got this band over my face. But this basically means that I have the goggles of the revealing attached to them, which I love when mods do this. How it's like, mod compatibility, so they're actually sort of compatible with each other. So I do technically have goggles of the revealing on, so I should be able to see ore nodes. So now if I go over here, it should actually be able to show me what's in this actually. So yeah, there you go. So I can see that node that's inside there now, which is pretty cool. Alright then, so as what I was thinking to do for this episode, I really want to sort out a power situation, because we just really are burning through coal down there, and I think we could do with a better power source. So there's a few different routes we could go for power. So there is things like steam power, there is coal, you know, like coal power, lava power, nuclear power. I'm like, you know, I don't know if this would like be possible, but I was thinking of having a big reactor. Now these guys are really, these are like your top tier energy producing sort of things. But I think if we can like get power sorted this early in the game, it will definitely make late game a lot more fun. But I definitely know that I need to go to... Yeah, where do I keep all my coal? Wasn't it in, I think it was in a barrel downstairs. That was weird. Oh, my door opened randomly then. At least I heard it open. So I'm just going to here now. And put the coal into there. And this is going to smelt into graphite bars. Now... No, I did not want it to do that. Why is it like... That's weird. I put it into there then. For some reason this guy decides it wants to. Wait a minute. What's this guy configured to? Is he configured to... like do something on that side? That's really weird. I have no idea why he's doing that. You know, I'll just disable it. So that's set to push. That's set. You know, I honestly don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, I'll just go along with it. So I'll just take these graphite bars, and they do look a bit weird in your hand though, when you're like holding them. I've really got to say. But anyways, what we need some yellorium, which we should have plenty of yellorium. I'll get a little bit of that. Now I am going to need gold for later on. So I'm just going to keep putting it in my inventory for now. And we also need a bunch of iron, which really isn't too bad. So let's see, let's make this some reactor casing, which is what we're going to make the reactor out of. Sorry about that. So we're also going to need a diamond and some redstone. Diamond and redstone to make the reactor controller, but you know, I believe I've run out of graphite bars. Let's just go and snag a few down here. Let's see, can I make that right off the bat? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to need a control rod, which requires some more redstone. Let's see, let's just take a bit of redstone from there. And we're going to need an access port, which actually requires a piston and a chest for some reason. So that's just some redstone, some iron and some cobble. And I believe a lot of cobble is stored in a barrel downstairs. So I'm literally just getting everything in bulk and just like hoping for the best. Let's see, so the access port, let's make a piston. Can we not make a piston? Oh, this isn't in planks, is it? There we go. Now we should be able to make a piston. There we go. And a chest, hopefully. Actually, no, I'm not going to make that sort of chest. I'm going to make the one with the logs. Yeah. Oh, I don't even have enough of that either. Oh, we're doing terrible here, guys. And access port, there we go. Now we're going to need a power tap to get the power out, obviously. And is that about everything? Oh yeah, there's a few, like, no, just a couple more things. We're going to need some rods. So I'm just going to take, what, 3 rods, I guess? But the problem is we're going to need some reactor glass, which is 2 glass per casing, and we don't really have any sand. So what I'm going to do is, actually not, I think what I'm going to do is do something on camera, but I'm going to make a very basic tinker's tool. So I'm also going to get some iron and come over to here, because I want to make something called an excavator, and that requires a broad axe head, I believe. But you know, it should tell me in here, right? Let's see, so we've got the hammer, and that's the excavator, so it requires a large plate, tough binding, tough rod. Do we have those? Let's see, you've got a tough binding pattern, and I hope I can make this all out of iron. No, you're not going to let me, are you? Didn't think you would. So I'm just going to take this, and the plate. Large plate, and the head, I'm just going to make that out of iron. If I can make it out of iron, that is. Nope. Doesn't even let me make it out of iron. So it looks like I have to make a cobblestone one and take it to my smelter and make a cast out of it. So I figured I might as well do this on camera to show you guys how the excavator really works. Now, ooh, there's some cobalt in there. That seems a pretty tempting thing to make my tool out of. So I'm going to stick that in there with some aluminium brass. I don't think we actually have enough iron to do this, though. Not iron. But I can't believe I've done that. I've gone back to my base thinking I'm gonna need iron for this. Yeah, I already had it in my inventory. What a noob. While I'm here, though, I might as well just eat my essence berries. And click on the cobalt, because, I might as well make the head out of cobalt. I believe though that's going to drain out all the cobalt in here. Yeah, there we go. So cobalt excavator head and the large plate. I think I might need to do a little bit more iron. So I'm just going to go ahead, guys, and do a little bit more smelting in here. Hopefully I won't run out of lava, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back, guys. And what I'm now going to make, put together, is my excavator tool. So there it is. So we need to put the plate, that, and this is in no means the best thing you can make. Because I'm sure there is a more efficient way of doing this. I literally just put it together really quickly. For some reason my Minecraft keeps pressing escaping for some reason. I think someone's on my keyboard, the escape key keeps getting stuck or something. But this guy can mine sand, dirt or gravel in a 3x3 area. If you ask me, that is really good for strip mining, and also clearing out large amounts of sand, like I'm doing right now. So if you ask me, guys, that is pretty cool. I'm now just I'll keep this in my inventory, but I'm also gonna go downstairs and set this in here to actually go and smelt. If this guy doesn't nick it all. I don't know how he keeps getting that. It's really is confusing, like me. How for some reason he keeps nicking it all. Right into the sand. It's going to go into there. There we go. So we're actually going to be able to make some reactor glass now. So I believe we basically have everything for this reactor. I'm now just going to make a bunch of reactor casing. I'm just going to make as much as I possibly can. So, I think it's time to actually uproot our really old power system, because, let's face it, this power system is basically obsolete to our sort of tech level at the minute. Because, we're not at a really late game tech level, but we're sort of at that point where it would just be pointless to stick where we are. If you sort of know what I mean. Stick with this power system when we can make better power systems. Problem is, these all have separate inventories. I think what I'm going to do here is get my trash can, because I really do have no use for these survivalist generators at all. I've got use for the coal, obviously. I can use that for almost anything, but the survivalist generators, yeah, we really just don't have any use for them, because they're just... it's not like we have the equivalent exchange mod where I would just EMC them. Unfortunately, that mod did not make it into the Darv 20 pack. It's not called equivalent exchange though, it's called the Project E, if you guys are interested in getting that mod. But this is why it's good to have a capacitor bank though, because as you can see it gives us a bit of a buffer. So this reactor that I'm making really is no means a perfect, guys, so don't copy it and think that this is the best reactor, because I'm just making it for my own use. So, what I'm going to do is actually make some gold blocks. I believe I need 12 in total. Is it 12? Somewhere around there. So we need a little bit more gold. And you're probably thinking, what on earth do I need all that gold for? Well, when you're making a big reactor, you need... Well, I'll explain it when I make the reactor. So I'm just gonna stick with a 5x5 design, and I'll just steal this. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. Actually, I'll keep that there. I'll make a new crafting bench and put it downstairs. Okay guys, now unfortunately I am going to have to wrap up the episode here, so thank you for watching, and next episode we will be continuing with building this reactor and getting our power system online, because I've taken down our survivalist generators down now, so if I literally leave the power system going, we're going to have no power soon. We're literally just running on what's in this bank of power. But another issue I need to sort out is the fact that these conduits can only transfer 640 RF per tick, and we're going to need to do more than that. So thank you for watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and take it easy.